Welcome into the Smart Mortgage Show. Ben George with Bill Litton at Cross Country Mortgage. He is regional president there. And Bill, we got a good episode today because I think we talked about it before, but I got a kind of a specific scenario for you. So you know how important it is if you're going into this home buying process to kind of stay on track and keep you updated. I know through this mortgage process about anything going on financially in your life, but a specific scenario that maybe will open up a broader discussion for us today in this video is what if during this process, you're looking for a home, we talked to you already, but now you want to take out a new credit card because, hey, maybe you have a trip coming up, or there's a really good offer out there that is really very appealing for something that you have coming up where you want to purchase or travel or buy. And there's a really good offer out there, maybe specifically a Marriott card. I know you have a Marriott card. And you say, I want to take advantage of this. It shouldn't affect my credit that much because I have really, really good credit already. Does it matter? So I want to talk about that with you today, Bill. So start that first thing. Does it actually matter if you open up a credit card like this?
Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. And Ben, exactly what you said. You have perfect credit. You have a super low debt ratio. You're putting $500,000. You're putting half down on $1 million property.
Yeah.
And you take out a credit card and you borrow $10, right? That shouldn't cause any problems, right?
Right.
That's not right. So the problem with that specific scenario is that new credit card, there's probably not a website available for it. You're waiting for your initial package to come with that credit card in the mail. You don't have easy access to the balance, the interest rates, but now we see an inquiry on your credit report. Now we got to verify all that. And I just had one last week where we were clear to close 2 weeks ahead of time. In every email that we send to the client at the bottom, it says, do not open any new credit cards until after settlement. We actually have a smooth settlement questionnaire that we send out, asks a lot of important questions. One of the questions in that questionnaire is, you will not take out any new credit until after settlement. And they say, yes or no. And everybody's like, yep, we will not take any out. And invariably, somehow, people still do that. So it does happen, but it's very painful because now that loan had to get pulled out of underwriting, had to go back to the underwriter. We had to have the client who, mind you, is between selling a house and moving into a new house, packing. The last thing you need to do is sit on the phone with a new credit card company for 2 hours. That'd be very, very maddening and stressful. Save yourself the pain. Don't open the credit card. When you go to Raymore and Flanagan and they're like, we'll give you 0% interest for the next 10 years and half off of this sectional. Don't do it. It's not a good thing. It's going to cause you problems.
So that's a blanket across the board. That's not even a situational decision, right? I mean, it's because I just think like I've got great credit. I pay off all my cards. I've got a debt a ratio of like 10% or less, single digits, whatever. And if I open up this card, it's still going to cause problems. Even to your point, even if I just put $100 on it for something I've got coming up.
Yeah. And I mean, I've had customers call and they're in amazing shape and there's no chance it'll ever hurt the debt ratio or the credit. And the answer is no, do not do it because it's going to cause so much extra pain and extra work and extra. So yeah, it's a blanket. Do not do it. Don't buy any new cars. Now, I will tell you on the car front, I have had a situation or two where somebody, their car died and they had no other way to get to work. And we had to be really surgical about it and plan for it. And in that case, I guess the lesser of two evils was it did fit in the debt ratio. It was going to cause a lot of extra paperwork, but that extra paperwork was less work than walking to work, right?
Right.
So it was the lesser of. So in that case, yeah, you could justify it, but in no way do you want to take out a new credit card to get a couple percentage points off of the interest rate on a new refrigerator. Don't do it. Now, that's for where it really doesn't cause any catastrophic issues. But there are times where now you've taken out credit, you got a new credit card. It hit your credit score. Now your score is lower. and now we need to pull a new credit report before settlement, your rate goes up. So that's never good. Or your debt ratio now is over the limit because you couldn't carry any more credit and be within the limits of the debt ratio. So there are also situations where it's completely catastrophic, and I've seen people just not qualify and lose their deposit. That's not common. We usually find a way around it, but sometimes it's out of our control.
And that's something too, or once that door is open, you can't close it, right?
Well, I have on occasion had situations where I've had people I've said, you've got to return the furniture, or you got to cancel the order, you've got to shut this all down. But I've also had situations where they bought a car and they drove it off the lot and the credit was in place and there was no turning back. You could pass the point of no return.
Yeah. And like, I know this is also something that you're making very clear to people, right? I mean, I think a lot of people might go, well, I've never done this before, Bill. I don't want to slip up and make these mistakes, but having a team that you're working with on the mortgage side will help you prevent making some of these big mistakes that could cost you and cost that opportunity to get to the closing table.
100%. That's the idea, is we're going to arm you with all of the information to make it as smooth as possible so you don't run into any of these issues, because they can cause far-reaching problems. And to your point, Ben, we're educating and pointing at things out. And I do get calls. The interesting one is I'll get a call that says, hey, you just sent me a link to pay for my appraisal on my existing credit card. Can I do that? And I love that one, because I'm thinking to myself, we've scared them a little bit, and now they're questioning everything, which is what they want to do. Ask the question before you get to your point, to the point of no return.
Yeah, that's great. Is there any other kind of general guidance you give people in terms of, hey, don't do this while you're trying to get this home, besides a few of these things we talked about?
Don't quit your job before settlement.
That one seems like it should be obvious.
You would think so. I've had it happen on a few different occasions. And one occasion it was actually fixable. On another one, it was not fixable. The person, left their job before we went to settlement. We tried to verify the employment. When we did, they said this person no longer works here. It was like 2 days before settlement. They certainly could have kept their job for 2 more days if they had asked us the question, and they would have been fine. They did not do that, and they weren't starting the new job for a long time. So it wasn't like we could even say, well, no, but they're already lined up for this new job. So definitely any employment changes, even if it's just I'm taking a new position with the same company. Well, what if the type of pay changes from salary to commission? Commission's a lot harder to approve. You need a 2-year history to approve a commissioned employee. So anything with employment, don't change without talking it through with your lender.
So that even counts if you are taking a new job, even if you're switching jobs, you got a new opportunity and it came up at that exact time. Is it okay to switch jobs, or does that still limit the opportunity you have to verify income?
Well, and this is what we always say is, tell us everything. We're like your attorney. Tell us everything. We're going to limit what we tell the judge, the underwriter, or we're going to present it in a way that meets the guidelines. So maybe you can get the new job, get the pay raise, and get the mortgage. If we know about it, we're going to have a much better chance of orchestrating it and sequencing it in a way that's acceptable. If we don't know about it and it comes out of left field and the dates aren't lined up, and it could be disastrous. So definitely let us know and help us guide you through it. And the other thing we might say is, you just can't do it yet. Delay the employment a little bit. Can you delay it a few months or a few weeks? So let us help guide you through those types of big life situations.
Yeah, I think we've all kind of realized that the more you're kind of upfront and honest and have these conversations ahead of time, a lot of these things can be avoided. So there's some flexibility there. That's good to know. If you need a team, if you haven't decided who you want to work with, take advantage of the 15 to 20 minute consultation that Bill provides at Cross Country Mortgage. Just text 21,000. Just text the word Lynn to 21,000. Very simple to do. You can pick out a time, get on Bill's schedule, and begin talking through some of these things that you might be having coming up, or questions you might have. Should I take out this credit card as I'm getting closer to buying a new home? The answer, obviously, now we know is no, but these are some things you can be talking about with Bill as you're kind of exploring the options that are ahead of you. But always keep in mind, Cross Country Mortgage. We appreciate you being here on this channel, listening to the show. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully this helps you avoid making a big mistake as you're getting ready for that new home. So, Bill, thanks for the insight today. Some good stuff here.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ben. Thanks, everybody. Call us with any questions. We are always available.
Awesome. Thanks for watching the Smart Mortgage Show. We'll talk to you again soon. This program is for informational purposes only. Please consult a qualified professional before taking any action. Bill Litton is a loan advisor and regional president with Cross Country Mortgage, NMLS number 147060.